Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Before we get things started, be sure to leave a like and subscribe if you're new. Ring that bell so you're notified for your favorite team's preview video. Today we have a 2023 season preview for the Duke Blue Devils. Saying 22 was a good season for Duke would be an understatement. Mike Elko was up for Coach of the Year for the job he did last year. It was a major success for the Blue Devils as they went 9-4, exceeding all expectations. The emergence of quarterback Riley Leonard has the expectations very high headed into this season, and Leonard threw for nearly 3,000 yards and 20 touchdowns, claiming the spot as one of the top quarterbacks in the conference. Along with Leonard, they returned 8 other starters on offense. 3 of those starters are along the offensive line, which figures to be one of the top units in the ACC. Graham Barton and Maurice McIntyre will make up a senior left tackle and left guard tandem. The leader up front is center Jacob Monk. In this group, they were a major part of their rushing success last year. Expect that to continue, and they could very well average over 5 yards per carry yet again this year. Jordan Waters and Jalen Coleman splitting carries will give a sustainable ground attack, and it's almost an embarrassment of riches in the backfield because Riley Leonard himself is a great runner, and he's the team's returning rushing leader. Out at wide receiver and tight end, they return every single starter across the board. Jalen Calhoun could be an all-ACC performer by the end of the year, and he'll be out there with guys like Jordan Moore and Eli Pankel. This wide receiver unit is probably the weakest part of the offense, but that's a good thing given how great everywhere else is. My overall expectations for the offense this year, I'd say they're pretty high. In a year where ACC defenses may be down, this is another year for Duke, probably push around the 35 point per game mark, maybe even closer to 40 if things do click. Now let's quickly shift it over to the defensive side of the ball. Prior to becoming head coach at Duke, Mike Elko was known as a defensive guru. He cut their points per game allowed down by 18 from 2021 to 2022. That could improve even more this season with the guys they have returning. The entire defensive front looks to be intact, and every starter is coming back for this season. Dwayne Carter was one of the better interior defensive linemen in the ACC last year, and I think he could be a future NFL guy. Cam Dillon is using another year of eligibility and figures to be a starter this year alongside Trey Freeman at linebacker. In the back end, 4 starters are returning, but they are losing their star safety, Darius Joyner. I expect Jalen Stinson and Brandon Johnson to step up, and if things go well, they could find themselves with an NFL future. The DB unit as a whole, though, will be a make or break group. It could be a year where they perform well versus mediocre and bad quarterback play, but really struggle against the Drake Mays and Jordan Travises of the conference. The expectations should be high for this Duke defense once again, even though they replace some key players. Elko is a great developer of talent, and I think he'll showcase that yet again this year. And to end the video, let's just take a quick look at their 2023 schedule. Alright, so they start things off on a Monday night against Clemson, followed by Lafayette, Northwestern, UConn, Notre Dame prior to their bye week, followed up by NC State, Florida State, Louisville, Wake Forest, North Carolina, Virginia, and Pitt. Alright, so looking at their schedule, let's just say Duke has a great opportunity ahead of them. Starting the year against Clemson with a new offensive coordinator and a young, talented quarterback is a great opportunity. Now, Clemson will obviously be favored, but Duke shouldn't shy away from that one. If Duke were to pull off the upset, they have 3 very winnable games following the opener, and they could start the year 4-0. That's important because they're catching Notre Dame after they play a tough one against Ohio State. That's just another well set up opportunity for Duke to catch them off guard, and it's a home game. I don't think they'll beat Florida State, and that game against North Carolina could be a very tough one since it is on the road. With all that being said, I think 8-4 is the most likely outcome, but if they win one of those 4 big games, I think Duke could go 9-3 in the regular season and reach 10 wins with a bowl game victory. Alright guys, that's going to do it for today's video. Be sure to leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already. Good luck to Duke in 2023, and I hope you all have a great day.